Welcome back to your live continuing coverage of CE Week 2015 in New York City. I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks so much for joining us. It's great to be here for you guys. You are the Terrifics, and you make BeTerrific special. I see Greg running the board back there, the TriCaster. I love seeing that. He's doing a great job. Adam, too. These guys are hustling their tail off. We keep them working and moving. We got so much tricks and stuff going on. I've got Dan from IK Multimedia here.
Hey.
They're also iLoud, iRig, and hey, thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. We're excited to be back in New York for CE Week.
So just play a little music for a second, and let's get you to play. Let's see, is that going out on air, Adam? I know Adam walked away and from the board for a second, and I had him do it. Is that okay? Wow, that sounds good. You're good.
Oh no, I haven't been practicing seriously in a while, so.
I like this. So this is all rigged through this whole setup. Explain to me what you're doing here.
Sure. So what we're showing is the new iRig UA.
Okay.
You're familiar with our iRig line of guitar products for iPhone and for iPad. Ever since we put those out, people have been saying, well, what about Android? What about Android? And the reality was that there were some issues with the way that Android handles audio, and there would be a lot of latency. So you would play a note, and then you would hear it back. So we worked with Google, we kicked a lot of ideas around, and what we finally designed was the iRig UA. And the idea with iRig UA is that the processing is actually being done inside of the interface itself.
Wow.
So I plug my guitar in here, there's a little DSP chip that runs all of our modeling. So you can play through all different types of amps and effects, but because it's not being passed through the phone, there's no latency. The feel is just the same as a regular guitar amp. It's controlled from the app, so the app works just like Amplitude on the iPhone or the iPad. But now it can run on any Android device. We only require Android 4.2 or up, so it's pretty much any device that you're going to have at this point.
Wow, and so you're playing and it's going into the phone, and
Right.
you can record all sorts. You can record your music on the go with the Android.
Right, so what the app is doing is it's running our Amplitude software, and what that does is it basically models all different types of really famous guitar amps. So I can play like, this is a Vox AC30, and what's nice is it's really realistic. So you notice that the sound changes just based off of how hard I'm playing.
Sure.
So I can get a real nice rock sound, or even just playing a little bit softly.
Do you remember that scene from Back to the Future where he gets on the stage?
Yeah,
what would that be? Let's do that, because we've got the guys from Back in Time
be-
coming up next. They're the documentary filmmakers of Back in Time that is
we can
about
do a little bit
Back
of
to the
metal.
Future. I like that. That sounds a little like a little AC/DC or something. What do you got there? What is that?
Well, yeah. So there's actually a different guitar that's the AC/DC guitar over at our booth. So we've been sort of, That would actually be a different amp, though.
That would be a different amp. You know what I would love to do in my car back in the day? Is blast that and pound the pedal. Seriously, like.
So
I'm terrible. I can't sing. I should just let you play.
That's all right. Well, AC/DC is one of my favorites.
It's
so
your favorite,
good
huh?
Well, one of, but
One
it's
of.
good that you played into that. So what's cool is, I have access to all these different presets, so I can play through all different types of effects. Space solo. Whoop.
Whoa, feedback.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they're just like real guitar amps, which do feedback, which you can do on purpose. This is also a lot of gain. So this is a nice, like...
So that's more like the Back to the Future, right? Where he got up and he was like, in the 50s, he's like Jimi Hendrix. And he was like, too soon? Marty McFly, too soon?
Yeah, so it's exactly like that. But the idea is
it.
that you can do all of this stuff now just on your Android device.
And you can record it.
You can record. The app doesn't have recording yet. That's coming on the next update.
Okay.
That's because there's a little bit of a difference in the way that it works on certain versions of Android. With Android 5, you can record no problem. Android 4.2, not yet.
Android's very fragmented, which causes problems. You guys have done a great job.
So we're doing the best that we can to overcome it. The interface works on everything. The app, the features change a little bit depending on what your device
And this is, how does this play into the whole picture? Is this your playback monitor, or is this for the crowd?
This is iLoud.
I love this thing, by the way.
Basically, the story of iLoud is pretty much, we do these shows all over, and we're lazy, so we like to carry the smallest possible speaker. So we tried every speaker on the market, and they're all great for listening to music, but none of them really showed off what we were doing in sort of a natural way. So when we built iLoud, our goal was to really design like a portable studio monitor. Something that's just going to give you that flat, accurate sound. So the idea is that this has the same sort of response as a studio monitor. The bass isn't boosted. It's just really natural. It's more of an audiophile sound. So for this, it's the perfect way to sort of pair it with the app. Because now I have a little system I can take on the go, to the hotel room or to a little gig like this, and it all just fits in a backpack.
This is awesome, and I actually think our guys from Knock, Chris is one of the producers of BeTerrific, and he hosted yesterday, and he's part of Knock, and that's a great band. They're getting huge. I mean, they're filling like 5,000 seat arenas now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and which means unfortunately we're probably going to have to say goodbye to him soon.
Such is it.
Yeah, such is the case. But he's going to come back. He's got a welcome door. So he'll be like what Mark McGrath with that show Access Hollywood or whatever he does. He'll come back whenever. But I think that they would love this thing. They tell me all the time that they're writing and recording on the road, and then they're doing it with their iPhones, and they're putting up for their fans on like Instagram a 15-second clip.
It's really it's a fantastic way to make music. You can actually just plug this into your mobile device. It's going to give you accurate response so that you can do a pretty accurate mix, in the back of a tour bus or, in your hotel room. You can post straight online.
I like that because I'd like to get the exhaust sound into the music.
Well, yeah. The other really cool thing about iLoud is, if I can turn this around, it actually has a guitar input on the back as well.
Wow.
So in a pinch, I can actually plug my guitar into here and connect it to my phone.
Very cool.
It doesn't work with Android phones, but with an iPhone or an iPad, I can plug my guitar into iLoud to the iPad, and that's my whole rig.
Wow.
So
and then
really
this is the arm. You make that arm.
This is the iClip stand, which is one of the stands that we make. This is the perfect little situation. It just puts the phone right up over here. I can slip a keyboard or a DJ mixer underneath it, and it's a great little form factor.
Can you play your favorite song ever?
My favorite song? Problem is I can't play my favorite song ever. I'm a big Van Halen fan, but
what are we going to get? Jump? Can you play Panama? Let's see, what amp will we use for Panama?
We'll keep the amp. Let's see if I can put on a little bit of chorus. I'm going to do this without trying not to fall out of my chair, but...
Yeah. I cannot do David Lee Roth's voice at all. You get in a zone when you play, man. You're like, I'm like making jokes, you're like just looking at me. Either that or the jokes are awful, I'm not sure.
So, I do, well,
this is awesome.
This is not my normal guitar, so I have to focus a little bit more. It's a feel thing, and then I'm trying not to fall off.
I hear you, man. We didn't make it easy on you. This is really awesome.
Well, thank you. We're excited about it. Everyone who's tried it out seems to really like it. So.
And you can do the same stuff with an iPhone.
We have this
different unit, but same
right,
stuff.
With the iRig HD, it's the same idea. It's the same price point. They're both $99. The app, has all the same gear. On iOS, we've got a lot of extra gear. We have Amplitude Slash, Amplitude Jimi Hendrix. We have Amplitude Fender, Amplitude Orange. So lots of great partnerships with musicians and amp manufacturers. Those are all coming to Android. So it's an app. It's free. You download it now, and forever on, you'll be downloading new models every couple of months and having fun. So
the viewers are going nuts in the Slack chat. Ben Rathig says, first of all, grab the Les Paul for him. Very nice guitar. Very true. They need the iRig. They need the full iRig foot control with pedal. And
the blue board.
Yeah, and they're saying they'd never buy a real amp again. This would be it. This would be the whole thing.
Well, thank you. No, we love real amps, though. I own a bunch of amps. All the amps that we model, we actually own. This is not something everybody knows. Every amp we've ever modeled, we own, and it's in this. We have an amp vault in Italy with like $200,000 worth of gear. And so, every couple of years we'll go to Italy, and it's like, you open the door, and it's like that, like, the light shines out, like, guitar, and it's just every piece of gear you would ever
Wow.
want you can plug into. So
Wow.
we love real amps. We work really hard to do them justice in our stuff. But yeah, as a guitar player, I've been playing for about 20 years. If we had a system like this when I was learning, it would have blown my mind.
Well, and it's great for learning, but it's great for performing, it's great for recording, and it's great for learning. You've got all three things you'd want to do as a musician: learn, perform, and record.
I mean, I use it quite a bit to just pull up songs and practice playing along with them. Speed Trainer will let you slow it down without changing the pitch, and you can actually record yourself playing along, so you can listen back and hear what you're doing and what. I would have killed to have that 20 years ago.
I might have actually learned to play the guitar, or maybe learned to play them drums. I love it. I love music.
No, that's fantastic. We love music too. So.
Can you take us to? We got to go to commercial. IK Multimedia, great company, great stuff. iRig, I love all of this. Dan's awesome. Some other time we got to have you on. We got to find out how you got to IK Multimedia, and we got to find out about more of the products. So you got to come in studio or Skype us and send us some stuff to play with. But can you take us to commercial with Money for Nothing? Since I just brought it up,
I don't know.
What do you know? Give me something. There you go. We'll be back right after this. This is for you, Ben Rathig. Thank you for joining our Slack chat, and it's for all of you, the Terrifics. We'll be back right after this. This is your live continuing coverage of CE Week 2015 in New York City on BeTerrific.